earlier discussion we discussed that cursors. Okay, cursors, we have two type of cursors: implicit cursors and explicit cursors, and even we discussed implicit cursors, and we've seen some examples as well, and explicit cursors. So we have seen explicit cursors, but examples we haven't seen. Let's see some examples for explicit cursors as well. So the cursor concept also, it's very important concept. So you can going to declare your cursor. So cursor name is select statement. Whatever the select statement you have, you can going to keep it in the declaration section. So cursor name of the cursor, you can going to keep it. So once you declare, then you can open that cursor. Open name of the cursor. So once you open, what will happen? Opening the cursor allocates memory for the cursor and make it ready for fetching the rows returned by the SQL statement. So once you open the cursor, then next action is fetching. It will going to fetch the data from whatever the data is written by the self statement. So you can going to fetch cursor into local variables. So where you are going to storing, you are going to storing your data into the local variables. Once you are fetching, then you can going to close your cursor also. Once you close the cursor, it will going to release the allocated memory. Whatever the memory is going to allocated, so it will going to release that memory. So let's see one example now. So now, see, only as of now you haven't seen any examples. Just you know how to declare a cursor, how to open a cursor, how to fetch the cursor, how to close the cursor. These concepts you people know, right? How do you going to apply these concepts into the practical example level? So what are you people going to thinking now? So how are you going to do that? Now, suppose I have one employee table is there. That table data I want to fetch it. Now tell me who want to tell this one using the cursor concept. Think it. All of you think it and tell me. How do you going to apply yours to fetch to display the employee information? Speak out everyone. So మీకు అర్థం కాలేదు ఓకే ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం అన్నది కదా పాయింట్ మీకు అర్థమైందా లేదన్నది పాయింట్ ఓకే సో నౌ టెల్ మీ సో వాట్ యూ విల్ గోయింగ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ హౌ డు యూ గోయింగ్ టు డూ దట్ హూ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ చెప్పండి ఎవరు చెప్తారు ఒక ఎంప్లాయ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని డిస్ప్లే చేయాలి కర్సర్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఆల్రెడీ మీకు తెలుసు కర్సర్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఓపెన్ ఫెచ్ క్లోజ్ ఎందుకు అందరూ మ్యూట్ లోనే ఉన్నారు నో వన్ ఇస్ స్పీకింగ్ అవుట్ who will going to tell that using cursors concept to write a PSLQ statements? Is it audible? Hello. This is really why you people are going to responding this much time. Just why? First of all, why all of you keep on mute? So please unmute of everyone. Hello, unmute everyone.
Yes, sir.
Still I can see mute. Unmute it everyone. Right. Make sure it try to avoid that noises and all. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me. So Revati, tell me how do you going to try that using cursors concept to display the employee information using the PSLQ block? Try it. So this is the information I want to display. So what you will going to do for the PLSQL block?
Replace.
Yes, Revati, tell me. Yeah. So begin, end. Yes, begin and end. So if you try this, immediately we're going to put it exception. Okay. So when understand. Yeah. Next. What we'll do next? So for before begin, in between begin, you write a self statement, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
now where we are going to using the self statement, you can going to open your cursor in the declaration section, right? Cursor.
The name CR.
Okay, cursor name. Okay, LCU underscore MP data. Okay, is
Employee.
tell me. Table. Okay. Next.
In begin section,
Okay.
open the cursor.
Right. Open the cursor. Right. We open the cursor and then fetch the cursor, right?
Fetch the cursor.
Fetch cursor name into where
the start and employee.
okay. So LN employee record you need to write. So L underscore rec. So L underscore rec is nothing but it's a variable. You need to declare that variable, right? What do you how you will going to declare L underscore
RE.
rec? What is the data type you will going to give?
Percentage.
Percentage
row
what
type.
is cursor percentage row type, not table percentage row type. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Percentage row type. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
What next now?
In fetch, we display the output dbms underscore.
But here you are getting one record or multiple records?
Multiple records, sir.
Multiple records, how do you going to do? What you need to use?
Loop.
Right. For loop, for in L underscore rec dot first record dot L underscore rec
last record
dot last record or count, whatever it is. Loop and loop. So what you need to do inside of the loop now? DBMS statement, right?
Print the output dbms.
Right. DBMS
underscore output.
Put underscore line.
Yes. Underscore line.
Okay.
Single quotes.
Okay.
L underscore REC.
Employee information, employee name. Okay. Whatever it is.
Single quotes close. I dot
L underscore rec percentage of I dot name. E-name. Got it? So this is the way I'm going to do it. Can I compile it? What is this? First. L underscore rec first. It is not accepting. Why? Otherwise, you can going to keep it one. 1 second. You can keep it one that. Count also not taking. How are you going to do this now? Sorry, something you said. Here you need to display that information, right?
Yes, sir.
So how are you going to do that now? You fetch the data into L underscore rec. Now the L rec is count. This is how we will going to overcome this now. This rec is going to here is let's suppose cursor percentage row type we gave, right? So let's give it employee EMP percentage row type. Here PLSQL table type you can use, that is fine, but let's see still that okay. So the previous work is gone. Let's write it one second. So begin end. Okay. So then we can going to write it exception. So another then. Okay, just null. Now you will going to write a in between of the begin. You can going to declare. You can going to declare cursor. You can going to write it. Cursor name LCU underscore EMP data. Okay, is cell star from EMP. So your cursor is created. Now you can go and open your cursor. Okay, so open. So cursor name and then fetch cursor name, cursor into variables, into variable. You can going to write it L underscore rec. Okay, so now you stored it. Then you can, once you open the cursor means you can close the cursor. Close the cursor. Okay, so next what you need to do. This is your local variable. So this variable you need to declare it. How do you going to declare L underscore rec EMP percentage row type? So you declared a variable. Now you need to display the output. How do you going to display for loop I in? Let's say suppose EMP rec. Please can you please mute who are not talking into LN for I in. So whatever that L underscore rec dot first dot L underscore rec dot count. The loop you can start and then end loop you can do immediately, whatever that end loop. Okay, now so here you can going to display dvms output dot put underscore line dot put underscore line. So this is the way you can going to follow. Just simply employee name so colonna L underscore L underscore rec of EMP rec. dot emp name. So I'm going to do this way. So now if I compile this now, the error is component first must be declared. So that means the record type is not taking properly. Okay, the type is not taking here. So if you feel like this, simply can going to put your cursor also here in. So whatever the cursor, you can going to write it inside of here also. Loop you can going to use that one. So now here you can going to remove. So say it's a depends the way of style you can going to do different ways you can do. F5. So we are executed and we can going to display this F9 compilation script. Output is not yet printed. So you can on it should have to print. Excuse me. Employee name should have to print, right? That is not printing. Now, if that loop is going to inside or not, that also you can going to cross check it. The same thing you can going to create one type where PLSQL type, and then we can use that PLSQL type also. So that is the one. 1 second. Why the employee name is not printing? So the cursor value it is moving to here and it is try to displaying here. 1 second. L underscore type name. So I've tried to creating some PLSQL table type. I will tell you in next session. Okay. So don't worry about the type name L underscore emp type is table of is table of cursor name percentage row type index by binary integer. You can going to use it. Percentage row type index by binary integer. This is the one. Now L underscore rec fetch bulk collect into L underscore rec. There you can going to use L underscore rec dot first. So here what we can use L underscore rec of emp rec. This is the one. Let's compile it now. Binary integer expecting one of the symbol index by is missing. index by binary integer. Okay, let's see. See, all the names are coming. Sir, here you are using some different concept table type. So I created a one table type. The table type I used into rec here. Okay, so this is the way we are doing. Even if you are not using table type also, you can do it. Okay, that also you can do it. But here we are going to using dot right, dot counts. So we can going to use it. So fetching we are going to use. If you are using only single record at the time also, you can use it. No need to use collector now. Understand now cursor is opening. Now, can anyone tell me if the employees are, is it the coding is good or anything else we can add it? I mean, see, if it is, there is no employees, why should I want to go inside of the for loop? No need, right? So what can I do? What can I do now? If the employees are not there, I don't want to go into for loop. Please at least to try to speak out, okay? How I will going to know that if people are going to following or understand or not? Yes, yes, Kavya, tell me, how are you going to do that? If the employees are not there, I don't want to go into inside of the loop.
Percentage not found.
Wait, I'm asking Kavya. Are you Kavya? No, right? Hello. Yes, Sirisha, can you tell me how to do that? Say when I don't want to go inside of the loop whenever I don't have any employees. How you will going to restrict that condition now? At least speak out to people, okay? If you are not speaking, nothing we will going to learn it. Yeah, tell me please. See, whenever I don't have employees, I don't want to go inside of the loop. What we need to do? Okay, Kiran, can you tell me?
Exit, sir.
Are you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, sir. We don't
Tell me what you understand.
want to go to while loop. What to do?
Where is while loop, sir? Did I use while loop here?
No, sir.
So why you are telling while loop? Tell me what you understand. Hello. Yes, Kiran,
Hello.
tell me what is my question here? No use, sir. I asked 3 to 4 times. Two people are not at all responding. Okay. Third person is responding. Even he is not understanding the question itself. Yes, Sai, can you tell me what is the question?
If no employees are in our query, we are entering into the loop in this program. In this code, if no employees are present in the table, also we are entering into the loop. How we control that problem?
Come again, the statement again.
Yes, sir.
Whenever cursor is not fetching any data,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't want to go into inside of the loop. How do
Yes,
you
sir.
going to control it?
Yes, sir. By using if
Okay, if condition. Yeah, tell me, Sai.
condition, if
If
percentage not found,
why you want to not found?
sir. If percentage found,
Uh,
we are entering into this loop, sir.
why you want to percentage and all, sir? Simply row count is there, right?
Yes, sir. But row count, okay, sir.
Huh?
Both percentage
Row
row count.
count. Huh? Less than or equal to 0. What will happen?
Entering into the loop, sir. If records are found,
If records are not there,
not there, then ending.
tell me what will happen in the statement now. If count is coming 5, 5 less than
Yes,
or
sir.
equal to 0, condition is true or false?
Less than or equal to 0, false, sir.
If your record count is coming 0, only less than 0, condition is true or false?
Equal count less than 0, false, sir.
So false means it will not enter, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the what I'm asking.
Yes.
So try to understand first of all what we are asking, okay? So then you can answer it. Now next question is, I want to display how many employees are processed into inside of the loop. How do I will going to display? How many employees are we are processed inside of the loop? I want to display that information. How do I will going to display? Before going to inside of the loop, just I want to display how many employees are processed. How I will going to display that information?
By using percentage row count, sir.
Correct. How? Tell me the full statement. Where in which line you need to use? What the statement you need to write? Before going to entering into the loop means you can going to write it here only, right? Why you people are going to thinking number of employees are processed? Processed. What I need to do here now? Is it correct? You need to display concatenation of
Percentage.
count. Why you want to percentage again, sir? Already you got a record count directly.
Yes, sir.
You have
Both,
directly count. Why you want to percentage row count?
both are giving same output, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? Why you want to use implicit cursors? Now we are discussing about the explicit cursors, and why you want to go for implicit cursor? Now you can see. Let's see again. Come. See, all of you try to speak out. See, number of records are processed 14. Why employees are not displayed? Because of the count. 14 greater than 0. Condition is true or false? Less than 0. False. So we need to put greater than symbol. Now you can see. Okay. Now next person. Tell me, Revati, only I want to process for department 10 employees. Only I want to process for department 10 employees. How I will going to process? Validation. I don't want to go for all the department employees. Only I want to go for department 10. What conditions we need to add? Hello.
Sir.
Yes, sir, Revati. Tell me. You understand first? The question is only we want to process department 10, department number 10. How are you going to do that now? Tell me what you understand, what you are thinking. So where you locked it? It's a simple logic, madam. It's a simple logic. First, tell me what you understand. Just I want to hear from you. What you understand?
Only department number 10.
Department number 10. What are the possibilities you have in this code? If you want to fetch only department 10, so what things you will going to do changes here? Anyone else want to try that?
Change in select statement.
Sorry?
Select statement, change in select statement, sir.
What we need to do in the self statement?
From employee where department.
Yeah,
Department.
that's all. That's all. Correct.
D.
That's all. Where department number equal to 10. That's all. DPT number equal to 10. Okay. Same statement can anyone try in different way. You can do it in different way also. Yesterday I told two type of parameters. Cursors and parameterized cursors also. Can anyone tell me how are you going to do that? Parameterized cursors. Now you can add it your parameter here. P underscore DEPT number. It's a number. Understand? Here you are putting constant, right? Instead of constant, you can going to put it as a your P underscore department number. DEPT number. Okay. Now, while going to opening your cursor, you can pass your parameter 10. Yep, not only 10, whatever it is, you can pass it here. Now you can query. Let's clear this output. So this is the what I'm expecting actually. So only department 10 is 3 employees. Got it? Now I want to display the department name. How are you going to display your department name and followed by employees? Yes, tell me, madam. Department name is coming from department table. Here, this is the one. Got it? I want to display the department name and followed by employees. Department wise employees I want to store. So what we are going to do now? Nothing. Simple. Only I added just one more in validation. Department name I want to display before employees going to display name of the department, this department for department, and followed by employees. Tell me, how are you going to do that? Any idea? First of all, understand the requirement, right? Now see, number of employees are processed 3. Instead of 3, I want to display before number of employees are processed 3. I want to display just department. Suppose which department it is. See, suppose if you go here, Department is accounting, all the employees. Department research, all employees. Department sales, all employees. Department operations, all employees. So like that way, I need to display in the output. So this example, you people can try. Okay. The hint is you can use this code. You need to add little more extra code and do that. So all of you try as a assignment, that is. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Right. So let's move on to next. So little changes you need to do, and you will going to display that one. Let's move on to the next. So now, as you understand, now the question is, are you able to open cursor within the cursor? The question is now, see, suppose how many cursors you will going to declare in the declaration section? Are you able to declare more cursors? Is it possible to declare multiple cursors? In declare section. Question yes or no? Are you going to declare multiple cursors?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible or not?
Possible.
Okay, yes. Okay. Is it possible to open cursor within the cursor? Is it possible to open the cursor in loops?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Possible to open the cursor in loop, inside of the loops. Is it possible? Okay, yes, it's possible. And now, is it possible to open the cursor, open the parameterized cursor without passing parameter cursor without passing parameter? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay. So these are the things majorly. Let's move on to next concept. So records. Records is this is also very important concept. So just now we used a table type record, right? So we have this records. Sir, why do you want to go for record data type? What is the difference between normal data types and record data types? A record data type is a structure that can be hold the data items of different kinds of records. Understand? So suppose if you want to declare any one variable, so you are declare and you put it as a data type as a number or a character or a varchar or a date or whatever it is, scale or boolean or exception, whatever it is, you are going to declare it. Now, then later what you are going to doing? So at that time you don't know the data structure or data type and size of the database in the database column, right? See, suppose ln underscore department number, it is a number. but really in the data inside of the table structure, so what is the data type you don't know, yes or no? So at that time, what you did a percentage type,
Yes.
table name dot column percentage type. So what will happen? So you try to pick the database table structured column data type and size using the percentage type. So at that time, what you did, you are going to declaring all the columns, so all the table columns variables. So how many columns you have, all the columns you declared it. Again, you realized it, sir, I'm going to declaring so lots of variables. It's the code complexity is going to increasing, and you realized it. You can going to use something different than that. Instead of percentage type, now you declared as emp underscore rec. So all implies the entire table structure data type you declared as the percentage row type. Table name percentage row type you declared. Okay. Now percentage row type you declared, and again you will going to what will happen? Percentage row employee underscore rec. So percentage emp. So at that time, the looping concept, when you coming into the loop for loops, each and every time, so how many times your uh, fetch is going to opening in this case, how many times your fetch is going to opening? Only one time. What is the difference between normal fetch and bulk collect fetch? Understand, if it is the normal fetch now, then it will going to call the PLSQL engine to the SQL engine. How many records are there? That number of times it is going to fetch. Now the cursor is holding 14 records. So that means the PLSQL engine is calling to the SQL engine 14 times. Understand? So if it is 1 million records, 10 lakhs records. So 10 lakhs times it will going to call. Understand? So instead of going to calling 10 lakhs times, I want to call only single time to get it all the information from the SQL side. So what we will going to do, you are using bulk collect into class. Sir, bulk collect into class. So I am going to fetching all the data from the SQL. Is it possible to holding that all the information normal local variable? No. Normal local variable, it can't hold that much information. That is the reason I created a table type. Table type is it is going to type I created, and it is allocated memory for this table type variable, and it is holding all the information in the type variable. Type name is the table of cursor percentage row type index by binary integer. So that means the table type is created inside, and it is allocated some memory for that variable, and whatever the data we moved single shot using bulk collect, the every data is going to holding it into that type variable. Understand? So if you are going to simple record type variable at the time, suppose percentage row type 1, row type 1 will not going to hold it. Okay, that is the issue we faced it first, right? So it can't hold that information. So hope you people got some idea now. So record type is the record is a data structure that can hold the items of different kinds. So different kinds means so the data types are different types, right? Number, character, date, whatever it is. Okay. Now, for example, you want to keep the track of your books in library. Okay, you might want to track the following attributes about each book, like title, author, subject, and whatever it is. Okay. So what you can do, you can going to declare that we have a option for that. So you can structurally will going to store it all the information one by one. Structurally you can going to store the data one by one. How it is, see, suppose you want to store it to the book title basis or other basis, you can going to store it all the records, record by record, book based on the book ID, you're going to record it one by one, all the things. Table based records, cursor based records, user defined records also we have, different type of structures we have. We're going to use it table based records. Table based record is nothing but, so you can going to use percentage row type, percentage row type. So now what you are going to doing into class customer underscore rec. All employees you will going to store it. This is cursor based means already you declared a cursor, right? You can going to put it as a cursor percentage. Now see, cursor name is select statement, okay, whatever it is, and customer underscore rec, the data type is customers cursor name percentage row type. That also you can going to store it. Okay, this is the basic loop. They used it in the basic loop. Here it's normal into class. Understand? It's a normal into class. You declare it in that variable. Now next is going to user defined data types. User defined data type, you can going to sorry, type name is record, so you can going to declare it your own data type. Type name is record of whatever the fields you want. You can going to keep it all the things. And sub data type you will going to declare it. Type name is, and the record type you will going to use it. So you can see here what is it visible, or shall I increase the size? Hope now everyone able to see now, right? Declare type name is the record of title is equal to varchar 2, author is equal to varchar 2, subject is equal to varchar 2, book ID is equal to number. Now what is the type name? Books. Now book 1, I declared a data type as books. Now in the books data type, what are the things you can able to use it in the data type level? Author, subject, book ID, and title. 4 columns you can going to use it. Okay. Now those 4 columns, how I am going to display now? So book 1 dot title. What is the title? You will going to declare it. Book author is author. You can going to declare it. Book subject you can going to declare it. ID you can declare it. Book 2, book 3, book 4. Like that you can going to use it n number of reusable things, and you can simply going to print your whatever you are going to declaring in the top. So simply you can going to print it. Yeah. So keep mute please. Right. So all it will going to print it. So now what type of declarations we are seeing? User defined data types, and record type, and as well as table record type and cursor record type. Table record type means table percentage row type. Cursor percentage type is nothing but cursor percentage row type. User defined data types. What are the type name is record, in bracket of what are the columns you have manually will going to enter it all the things. So you can going to use the data types into our coding style. So next the exceptions already we did, and then we are good to start the procedures now. Before moving into the procedures, so you people now see procedures is nothing but simple. Whatever the code you have, right? The entire code you have, right? You can going to put it into your procedure simply. Let's move on to the procedures. Procedures, functions, packages, and triggers. These 4 are the named blocks. Keep in mind. What you can kill? Procedures, functions, packages,
Triggers.
triggers. These are named blocks. What we can call named blocks. Named blocks means it is going to store that into the database permanently. Is it now? Anyone tell me? Is it your block is going to store in the database? Is it going to store? No, right? No,
Sir.
it's
No,
not
sir.
going to. No, it is not going to store. Only what are the things it is going to store? Procedures, functions, packages, triggers.
Triggers.
So those three only going to store into the database. Give me a second. Right. So you will going to procedures, functions, packages, triggers, you will going to store into the database permanently. We can call it as a named blocks. Understand? So procedures is nothing but a subprogram is a program, unit or module that performs a particular task. These subprograms are combined to form larger programs. As we can combine it into this procedure. See, basically, a procedure is nothing but to validate the data. For validations, you will going to use the procedures. Whatever the validation you are going to do, you can do it in n number of validations. How this looks syntax is, let's show you. So far, what are a schema level subprogram, standalone procedures, you can create it. And see, procedures two types again. Standalone procedure means you will going to create or replace procedure name. And another is packaged procedures. You can create your procedures in the package level also. Standalone means it's independent. We're going to create a subprogram. Subprogram is nothing but a procedure here. So what is the syntax we're going to use? Create or replace procedure name. So one more procedures you can create in packages. Inside of the packages, we're going to create a procedures. 1 second. Let's declaration. I will going to show you. So the procedures syntax is declaration part, executable part, exception part. Understand? These three parts you are going to use it. Normal block how you are going to creating. So this is the syntax. Create or replace procedure name, parameters in out parameters, whatever it is as begin procedure body end procedure. Understand? Create or replace procedure name, parameters. If you have any parameters used inside of the procedure, you can going to keep there. What type of parameters you will going to use? Three type of parameters. One is in parameters, out parameters, in out parameters. In parameters means you are passing the value to the procedure. You are passing the value to the program. Out parameter means you are trying to receiving the value from the database. Okay, and the in out is both you are doing, you are passing and you are receiving. And easy as so after that, what is the keyword is going to using to divide that separate that data definition and procedure definition and procedure body is are as keywords. So the starting one is you can call it as a definition, procedure definition. This is the one. Body, procedure body is inside body procedure. Understand? Now can you tell me anyone how to create a procedure using this code? Simple. So you can remove the declare statement. Why you will remove declare statement? You are creating a procedure. Create or replace procedure name XX ITC underscore EMP underscore data. Okay, data. This is the one. Do you have any parameters here?
T_DPT number.
No, that is not the parameter going to pass. Is okay. Now create or replace procedure name. That parameter is cursor parameter. So you are not going to use it. If you want, you can use it. So if you don't want, you can going to leave it. And procedure name. That's all. So if you want to use this parameter, you can use it. That's not a problem. It depends. So if you are going to, while calling to the application at the time, if you are using, so you can use it. What type of parameter? In parameter. That's all. Now F5. See, can you, everyone able to see? Procedure created. So this is going to stored into the database permanently. Understand? Now click on F4. You can see our procedure. So this is our procedure. See, procedure is not a complex one. It's not a hard one. If you have every basic and you are doing everything, procedure easily you can going to create it. The procedure is over. Now, if you want to, here we are passing constant value, right? So now you can remove your constant value and pass it into your P underscore department number. That's all. How do you going to call your procedure? You need to call, right? So now compile it. Now compile, right? Now let's go and execute your procedure. So execute your procedure. So you need to execute. How to going to execute? exec of procedure name with parameter value 20. Now I am going to passing department 20. Now your procedure is successfully completed. Nothing. Output will not going to print here. Understand? You can't see the output of procedure here. That you need to call that procedure into your begin statement and display all the information and all. Is it clear now? Now let's move on to the procedure. So you know the name of the procedure. Replace is going to replace is already existing, then it will going to replace that. Okay. So body contains the executable parts. Create or replace greetings begin. That's also it's a small one. Okay, executing standalone procedures. Execute procedure name. Okay, you can going to execute procedure name. You can going to call this procedure into another block also. You can going to begin and end procedure name and you can call it. Let's call it if you want. You can call it this also. Begin, but begin and it will not going to give you our information and that's all. Okay, you can call your procedure in between of the begin and end. Okay, suppose now I will going to call it like this way. Let's F5 compilation F5. What is this? Semicolon missing, right? So F5. Okay, now you can going to see. Okay, right? 5 employees are processed and got it right. How to execute? You can calling and executing both. You can going to do. Is it clear or any doubts?
Clear, sir.
So right, you can going to delete your standalone procedure also. Deleting is no, only dropping. Drop procedure name. Successfully it is going to drop your procedure. Drop procedure name. So parameter modes in parameter. So this will going to give only input parameters. What you like it is no data type constraint. You can give character, number, date, whatever it is. In parameters you can pass. Out parameters you can going to pass. Okay, it will going to receiving from the database. In out also you can pass both the things. So here you can see now in this example. So we are passing three parameters x, y, z. X and y are in parameter, z is the output parameter. Okay. If x greater than y, condition is true, we are moving the x value into z. If it is else, we are moving y value into z. So we try to display the. So while going to calling, you can see now. A, B, C is a variables. You are passing the values. A we are passing, B we are passing. Find minimum is a procedure name, comma ABC. We are passing ABC and we try to display C value. Sir, I am passing A value, B value, C value. How it will be going to C value output is coming means you are passing A value to ABC means parameters is XYZ. The XYZ is going to comparing with and moving the data and finally output is Z is mapped to the here. Okay, so in previous next examples you will going to see more examples, so you people going to understand it a little more on that. Okay, so methods of passing parameters also you can going to see. Methods means name and notation you can pass and simple position based notation also you can going to pass it. Now see suppose see here, I have only one parameter, direct value I'm passing. If I have two parameters, comma, you can going to pass second parameter. That is position to position based it will take, and named also you can take. Named means the name will going to specify. See, x is going. Now we are passing the value of a to x, b to y, c to z. Okay, d to m. This is name notation. We are passing the parameters. So if you are not specifying any names A, B, C, D, that means it's a position based. Automatically based on the position, the parameters it is going to take. Clear? So this is the major concept is done. Now let's move on to functions. So a function is nothing but see what is a function in SQL. What we have done? Function is nothing but it is going to return some
Output.
value, right? It is going to return some output. So it will going to return some output. So how it will be going to using? Similarly, in PSLQ also going to doing same thing. Okay, a function is going to return a value. It is doing some calculations and it will return that value. That's all. Whatever that value, always how many values it will going to return the function? 10 values or one value? How many values it will return? Single value as a output it will going to return. Understand? Always function will return. What is the difference between procedure and function? Procedure will not return any value. Function will return a value. Here also you can going to use it, create or replace function name. The parameters you can pass it. Return data type. This is very important in the functions. Return data type is as select statement. You can going to do that. Understand? Sorry. Right. Right. Let's see the small function we're going to see now. How to call the procedures? Execute procedure name. Okay, this is the one with the parameters. Okay, this is the and how to call begin end. So you can going to call your procedure name. Procedure parameters bracket or close. That's all. Now function. Let's see one function. How to create a one function. It's very simple. Okay. See, if you don't know SQL properly, PLSQL is not easy. Okay, what I want to query to get total employee salary. How do you going to get it? Query to get total employee salaries. Employee salary. How are you going to get it now? Select sum of salary from EMP. That's all, right? How are you going to do? Begin. If you write a begin means you need to end. If you end means write exception. Exception when others than null. Okay. Okay. So you are going to putting into class means into ln underscore total sal. Yes or no? Now ln total sal means how are you going to do? You need to declare, right? So declare ln sal some number you will going to give, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a number. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Okay. So what are you going to do? Now next you'll DBMS output you're going to print, right? This is the what you people are doing, right? DBMS output underscore line. Put underscore line. What you are printing? Employee total salary. Employees total salary. Okay, cool. That's cool. So you are putting your keyword. So this is what you are going to doing, right? So F5. So your block is created successfully. Now I want to go with the function in this scenario. Create function create or replace function name xx kr underscore apply total sal. Okay. Is what is the syntax? Look the syntax and tell me. create or replace function, function name, parameters, return data type, and is. So you have any parameters? No. What is the return? Return data type is what? Number, right? Okay, is. What are the changes you need to do now? What you will going to do now? Return
Number.
not number, madam. Your value.
Total, sir.
Whatever you are going to putting into your value. Okay. So now, you create or replace function, right? So you need to end the function also. You can going to end the function as well. What is this? What is this? Why it is giving error? Declare section. You no need declare, right? Okay, F5. Okay, your syntax errors. Function created. Okay, there is no error. How do you going to call your function now? You can go and call your function in your select statement. Understand? You can call your select statement, call your function in select statement. Select function from dual. What is the output will come? See, total salary is coming. Yes or no? This is the XXKRE employee total salary is coming. This is the way you can going to call it. Is it clear?
Sir.
Yes.
I am sure you people still not clear. Okay. So if I am asking something, everyone went to mute. Okay. So when you people are answered, then I can understand. Yes, you people are understand and you people have good knowledge. If you are on mute, I feel it is nothing. You will going to know that. That's all. So how to call select statement? So in the select statement, you will going to call it. So this is the way I'm going to call it. So try to practice using different scenarios. Okay. Let's see. We're going to see where we are in now. The parameters you can pass in the similar way. So wait 1 second. So when I use this, okay. So the functions we are seeing. So 1 second. So we have some more options. You can drop function name. That's all. Always return statement is required. Always you will going to return a value. Whatever you are returning, you should have to keep that. Return number or a date or a character, whatever it is. Calling is always you can call in the select statement and the begin and end also you can call it. How it is if you want simply. Okay. Recursive function is nothing but it is going to working like a factorial, n factorial, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into n minus 4 into like that it will go. Okay. So recursive functions will going to work like that. So try to, so we have some recursive example here. Okay. This is a factorial one. So suppose 5 factorial, how it will going to come? 5 factorial, 5 into 5 minus 1 into 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3, 5 minus 4, 5 minus, like that it will going to work. Suppose now what is the factorial value is 6. 6 factorial means what will come? 6 into 5, 5 into 4, 4 into 3, 3 into 2, 2 into 1. That is the what is the value will come? That is a 6 factorial value. So this example will going to work similar way. Tomorrow you people going to should have to explain this how it will function is going to working. So already example is there. Go and execute it, and tomorrow explain me how that control is going to working. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So fine. So try to practice it today. Try to practice it more into today functions and procedures, cursors, all these concepts. And tomorrow we will going to start triggers and packages. Those two only, those two concepts is the pending in PSLQ. That I will going to finish it by next tomorrow session and day after tomorrow session. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we're going to finish it PSLQ within 2 days. Okay. So Saturdays, this Saturdays, we're going to start Varak labs. Okay. Maybe I will going to take long hours in Saturday and Sunday. Fine. Okay. Perfect.